Hey, everybody. It's the end of the year, the last day, in fact, and we are taking a hard-earned vacation. We're taking a break this week, and we're going to play our listener-chosen number one episode of 2024. We're going to replay it. We polled everybody on Patreon. This was the favorite episode, so enjoy this replay, and we will be back next week with a brand new episode and all sorts of exciting developments in 2025. So thanks for all your support, everybody. Enjoy this episode, and we will see you next year. Happy New Year.
Hey. I just think it's dangerous. I think
it's terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is going to be an easy one.
What's dangerous? What are you guys talking about? What?
We're talking about AI. We got a listener letter about AI and how it's infiltrating our lives.
I think that's
whether
awesome.
or not it's safe to use. Should we use it? Should we not?
If you got Allen Iverson, you use it, dude. You use it.
No.
Time.
But
that dude, I don't care
not
how old
Allen
he
Iverson.
is.
No.
He can still ball, dude. He breaks ankles.
About the
Absolutely.
practice of using artificial
he does
intelligence.
Not like talking about practice. That is a whole thing.
That's right. What the
They say if you love something, set it free. And if it comes back, it was meant to be. I think with that in mind right now, as you're listening to this in your car or in your kitchen or on the treadmill, take your phone and throw it out the window. Throw it as far as you can right now. Do it. 3, 2, 1. And you see that? We're back. Because this was meant to be. Welcome to the Grawlix Saves the World, everybody. My name is Adam Caton Holland.
My name is Ben Roy.
Can't find my fucking phone. God damn it. And I'm Andrew Orbital.
And we are the Grawlix Saves the World. This is a comedy podcast about bettering your world. And this is no longer a sort of prison situation. This was meant to be. We are here willingly. We are not in.
Some of you, I think Adam doesn't realize, can no longer hear this because your phone has now gone out of range of your Bluetooth speakers.
No, that's not right. Because what happened is they threw the phone, and then through our collective desire to be with them, we made the phone come back to them. You know what I mean? The phone was able to sort of zip
like
right
in a cartoon. They threw it out their left window and it fell into the right on the passenger seat of their car.
It's exactly right. Andrew gets it and Ben doesn't get it, and that's kind of a theme that's been developing lately.
The logic of this is that these people should throw their phones out of the window, but get rid of them. Ostensibly, it sounds like because they're toxic, but yet these are the devices in which they listen to
the logic of it is that this was a test, right? And they subscribe to Grawlix Saves the World, and every week we're there, boom, in their ear, doing our little fucking dance. And and it's like they dial us up, they demand us, and we delight them, right? We're their favorite form of content. But what we just proved to them is that we like it. We want to be doing this. This is a relationship that we enjoy. And it's pure because we came back. Don't you get it? Andrew does.
I don't. Well, okay. Oh, yeah. I see it.
How hard was that? How hard was that to try to see it a little bit?
Very hard. But yes.
Okay.
I see it now.
Did you crunch a few numbers and it added up?
Yes. Okay. I see it in one window, back into the other.
This is
like a cartoon.
One more of Adam's pearls.
Wow. These pearls,
are great. You're right.
That's what I meant. Making pearls great again. That's what Adam is doing.
It's been a while. Guys, listen, give me a break. It's been a while since we potted, all right? They can't all be fucking bangers. We took a break. We took a vacation, and we're back.
It was summer vacay.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to get away for a little bit. We had to raise the hyperbaric chamber that producer Ron is beneath Hudson Bay in right now.
Oh, another geographical pin. I remember watching Ron scurry out of that chamber towards his vacation, and his legs are kind of rickety from being down there. And he just
he'd messed it.
Well, he had messed the chamber, but he was so delighted to be free, to have a vacation. We said, Ron, run, and just enjoy yourself and be back on time. We will hunt you down like the dog you are. And to his credit,
do you know what was adorable to me?
Huh.
The most adorable thing, and it really is, it shows how long he's been down there. He turns around as he's running away and he says, "Point me to the nearest Sam Goody." And I says, "Oh boy,
oh, yeah, with his producer money."
I thought he'd want to see his family first, but no, he had a bunch of cash for CDs.
Yeah, no, but you know what it is? It's not even the CDs. He's one of those poster guys. He's in the back. He's looking at cars. He's looking at hot girls in bikinis.
Just the clinking, right? The clinking.
He's hanging out at the posters all day in the Sam Goody.
And it's sad. It is sad because he was like, "Where's my Cindy Crawford?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Goody got it." And I said, "Oh, buddy,
Ron.
I just pointed, and I didn't have the heart to tell him.
Good luck to you. I had a great vacation. I did what I do every summer, and I just kind of hot rod. I get like the best car I can, and I cruise out there on the highways, and I sort of pull up next to
looking for the greatest diners, dive-ins, and
diners.
Just retracing the steps of greatness.
And when I'm not doing that, I pull up to teens at red lights and I rev my engine and I wait. Yeah. And then I just fucking dust them, dudes. It's just a summer tradition for me.
Hair slick back, hot on the gravy
listen
trail.
to some 50s rock and roll. That's very funny that Adam would riff that, because one time we were in LA and I rented a Dodge Challenger and I drove Adam around in it. And that dude was fucking squealing. If you want to make Adam squeal, put him in the passenger seat of a muscle car.
Dude, we were in like a neighborhood. We were down a residential block. It wasn't the highway. And Andrew,
you were fine.
Guns at, I didn't want to be in that car anymore.
Andrew, what did you do? What'd you do for your little vacation?
Fine. Nothing. I don't get summer vacation. I'm an adult. Adults don't get summer break.
Jeez.
Well, you had gone to Japan fairly recently.
Oh, yeah, I went to Japan. I did take a summer break.
Yeah. So let's not forget that.
I'd already forgot about it.
Yeah.
And Ben, what'd you do? Did you enter any dance contests or anything with your fun summer break?
I did. I went to a wedding. Dawn, we have two singers in spells. She is wonderful. She got married to Jeff. Jeff's a great guy. You know Jeff.
They're both great. I love them.
Wait, you have a Dawn the singer and a Dawn the bassist in a band?
Yes.
DAWN and DON?
DON. But I call Dawn the bassist Dan, and he loves it.
You officiated that wedding, right, correct, Ben?
Yes, I did. This is the 9th wedding, and 2 of the marriages are still intact, including that includes the one I just did.
You've officiated 9 weddings?
Yeah, people.
Is that legitimately the rate? You've got 2 successful ones out of 9. Is that legitimately the rate?
That's like America's rate, though, not Ben's rate.
I don't know. I think you pay for what you get when it comes to a fucking officiant.
I guess he is the one gluing them together, and he's using a pretty weak solvent.
Well, he huffed all the good stuff out of it right before the ceremony.
Yeah. No, it is. It's good. I'm proud of the 2. And like I said, one of the 2 that is existing is the marriage I just did. So I'm counting that one.
Oh, the one that's 2 days old? Cool.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And at my at my wedding, I had a band lined up. It was very sad. One of the guys in the band died like a couple weeks beforehand. The band couldn't do it, and I threw a Hail Mary, and I reached out to my friends, the band Devotchka, and I like love them, and I was just thinking maybe that'd be very cool, and they're kind of a romantic, cool band. And then the lead singer told me, he's like, no wedding has ever survived Devotchka. Every couple has divorced and we've stopped doing them. I was like,
amazing.
Got it.
Have either of you ever had to do stand up at a wedding?
No.
I did.
Just like a toast.
I've had to do it. No, like a set. Like they were like, we want stand up at our wedding at the reception. Yeah. And like instead of a band, it was the worst. It was and these are people who did not know me or the other comics. They booked us through the Comedy Works Comedy Club, and the three of us had to go down. And at the reception after the wedding, we had to do stand up for strangers. It was brutal. It was so brutal.
Idea.
Yeah,
what a bad idea.
And people, all the people's relatives were like, we wanted to like talk and dance and visit, and instead we're just sitting here watching stand up.
So my fucking ex-wife, what a hag.
What a hag. fucking bitch.
Well, guys, we got to get back to the task at hand.
Yeah.
We are here to save the world and make it a better place for everyone. And we have a
reader
from a
letter,
listener, which we love.
We love these.
Gong gong,
Yeah.
gong gong.
Don't do that.
I'm doing
Andrew.
my own sound effects to give producer Ron a break.
It just,
He's
I
still
don't like
reeling
when he
from that
goes,
Sam Goody bomb. Give him a break.
Yeah.
gong gong.
They're gone. He was crying. He was crying.
Yeah, let's raise producer Ron up out of the depths of the ocean.
Can I say, of all of our recurring bits, raising Ron out of the ocean is my favorite, and it is evergreen. It brings me joy every time.
The sounds
it's
make
the
me
sound
happy every
design
time I
work
hear them.
that does it.
Yeah.
That does it for
That's
me.
the other part of it. Right now, as you can all hear, it's coming up right now, but that's the part of it, too. It's a two-prong approach. One, we love the sounds, and two, it creates extra work for producer Ron, which if you haven't caught on, we love doing as well.
Oh, it sounds like the chain got caught. He's not coming up all the way.
No, it's in the gear.
Oh,
No, listen, wait. There's several octopi on there, and then they're coming off. They're suctioning off, and now collapsing. There they splash back into the water.
Oh, did you hear them secrete before they hit the water?
Okay, now he's coming up. Now he's coming up. Okay.
Thanks so much for that, guys. Wow, what a gift. A welcome back gift after my little vacation. I had a sunburn and pina coladas.
Yeah,
and
where
now
did you
this.
go? Tell us about your vacay, produce Ron.
I just went to my house and did laundry for the first time in 7 or 8 months.
You were
It was
drinking
pretty great.
margaritas and hanging out.
Pina coladas. Thank
Pina.
you. I'm not a rube.
Pina coladas. It's a Colorado drink. It's a very classic 80s Colorado cocktail.
Pinion colada.
A pina
A
colada.
pinion Colorado.
Oh, my God.
Pinion
What an
Colorado,
earthy
yes. It's a
colada
pine,
it is.
pine nut cocktail.
Colada. It's very pesto-y.
I drink those with my juniper and tonics. Delicious.
Ben, I've officiated 7 weddings, and 6 of them are still going strong.
Whoa.
Ron is better at love than Ben. Ron's better at love than Ben.
Is this supposed to make me feel bad? That's definitely true.
We all knew that.
We
that
knew
was
that
just,
from-
you really don't even need the song.
No one ever sang it, though.
That's true. Thank you, Adam.
Sure.
I appreciate that. You guys want to talk about this letter?
Yeah,
Yes, we
please.
got to help this listener.
This is from Sheldon, who is a long-time
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
OG Founders Club supporter of Grawlix Saves the World.
All the way
Finally
through.
writing
Those
to
who
us.
can't, he's been around for a long time. Yeah.
Sheldon often gifts his birthday shout out on our Patreon.
To his lovely
Jesus.
significant other, for
Yeah.
sure.
Which is, as we've
Seems
said,
like a mensch.
better than a diamond.
Amazing.
He reached out to us. He's looking for advice on artificial intelligence, generative AI, as the kids are calling it these days. Sheldon is a software engineer, so his company's been encouraging him to use AI a bunch. And he's been doing lots of fun, like he's been doing all sorts of productive tasks with it, but he's also been doing some fun things like mapping Rift City with AI.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, Sheldon.
Yep. So
Okay. Like a computer can understand the nuances of Rift City. That's a
Yeah,
man-made map, Sheldon. I've got news for you. You got to get out on the streets and do that shit yourself.
I just don't think we have the computing and processing power yet that can handle that. I mean, we're going to want to put that stored away like DNA was in the 80s and wait till technology catches up.
Plus, people don't know this, but no one in Rift City owns a computer. Anytime one comes in to the lines of Rift City, People throw rocks at it. They're threatened by it. There's no computers inside Rift City. So
Well, a computer is a
riff.
It's like distraction. It's a distraction to a proper riff. But I will say,
this is a great riff you're on, by the way. I got to
Sheldon.
I think so.
I also think that is a completely justified use of company time. I mean, this is. If his company has any problem,
he's making Rift City maps on the job, on the clock.
We already have one great map, so it'll be interesting to see another map.
Yeah, shout out to Steph Gaia who did a hand-drawn, human-created map.
Hand-drawn maps.
Yeah, we have the human version. I guess it's time for the fucking Terminator version.
It's time for one with 6 fingers instead of 5. It's time for one that sucks.
It's going to cause a brownout in a suburb of Houston to try and compute.
Exactly. I mean, you're going to need Bitcoin level computing power to be able to mine all of the. Well, not many people know this about
AI
Rift City.
Computing power. Also pretty shitty.
Ron, just give me a second. And I know you love our riffs on this. But
it's going well.
Sure.
Andrew and myself and Adam handle this for a minute. Rift City is a city of varied elevations. That's the part that not many people know. It undulates and it moves. It's constant. It's very fluid surface.
It's a fluid topography. It's a fluid elevation.
It's on the back of the world turtle, obviously.
And please include that in your map, that this world is on a turtle's back. So incorporate
and that's just science. I know we don't have computers here in Rift City, but that's fucking science, dude.
Okay, Ron, as you were.
All right. So,
you can continue, Ron.
Getting to Sheldon's point here. He said he's becoming a little bit concerned about how easy it is to just hand over all of his tasks to AI. And he's worried that it's making everyone less creative and slower at problem solving, which brings us to his actual question. Doesn't actually bring us to his actual question because he's got an aside before he gets to it. He says a few weeks ago, he saw Andrew on the platform formerly known as Twitter discussing how AI was imagined as a thing that would free our efforts from the mundane and push us towards a more creative lifestyle.
What a nice portrayal of Andrew just hanging out on X, talking about
Sheldon's
AI.
being really generous. I was calling AI boiling hog shit, I believe, and it wasn't so much of a discussion as my statement that it was that.
It was a brief manifesto.
Yeah, you might be imagining me in some sort of tweed jacket having some sort of lively interaction with other people, but it was just me yelling into nothing.
Andrew
AI
calls
is
them
boiling hog
microfestos.
Yes.
That's what he calls them. They're things
exactly.
He screams before he ends it all.
So Sheldon says, in a dystopian twist, he thinks that AI is doing all the creating now, and side note, in a subpar way, which has only freed us up to do more mundane shit. So he's worried that as AI continues to be used more and more, we're going to lose our creative selves. So he wants to know, how can we reclaim our creative endeavors? Or is Pandora's box flung open now, leaving AI to create on our behalf indefinitely?
Wow.
Sincerely, your concerned fourth actor, Sheldon. P.S. and AI wrote the subject line for this email.
What
was the subject line for the email?
What was the subject line? Yeah.
Help needed, navigating the wild world of generative AI. No robot overlords, please.
Well, that sucks
So
already.
I think he's joking around. I think Sheldon's joking around.
It sucks. Well, we have our question.
Do we? I don't know what's happening. I'm confused. Okay, we're going to talk about AI.
How can we reclaim our creative endeavors from this generative AI that's coming out there? That's you can use it to write, you can use it to create images. You're very, very soon will be able to use it to create music. You can use it to create videos. All of these creative fields now have generative AI that people can just put prompts into, and it will make that thing. So I think Sheldon is saying, how can we remain creative when that we have these new generative AI tools that are doing it for you?
Or are we doomed?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. So we will offer advice in this regard. And I must remind the listener, this is a competitive advice segment. So and Ben, Andrew, and I will all offer our best advice. We will pick a winner amongst ourselves. You cannot vote for yourself. But producer Ron came up with a great idea for this challenge, which is that we will also, and I'm a little bit hesitant to sort of open this Pandora's box, but we're going to use chat. What is it? GKR?
What's cool is that Adam knows a lot about this
chat
stuff.
KGB.
Chat
God.
PJ.
Chat
KGB.
Chat
will
OPP
also chime in
is going to chime in.
with their answer. So we will have a robot
How about
also
if we
chiming in with
could
advice
we use
in the end.
chat ICP? Because that's one of my favorites.
The generative
Chat ICP.
juggalo AI. Yeah.
Yes, we can make the chat.
How do batteries work?
Let's make Chat GPT. Let's make Chat GPT respond as a Juggalo fan. As a
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
All right,
my
yeah,
God.
okay.
We can do that in the
That'll be
second half.
Ron's
We'll make that
micro challenge.
Awesome.
Uh,
Whoop, whoop.
I love it. All right, well, let's take a break. We're going to take a little break to pay the bills. When we come back, we're going to body slam Sheldon's issue in a 3-way suplex and find out who gives the best advice. Shut the fuck up, Ben.
No, I loved it. I loved it. Ben's was mean, but I really
Ben's
liked
upset because it's a different grappling art that he's used to, and he doesn't like.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the idea.
Exactly.
Just,
Exactly.
I mean, who does a suplex?
Shut up.
Shut
In the
We'll
meantime,
be back after the break.
if you want to
We'll
check
get
out
to the
our
bottom of it.
Patreon, we've got a great Patreon full of perks, including birthday shout-outs and a pod within a pod called Boy Crazy. We just released a new one where we crowned the hunkiest Chris. So check that out at patreon.com/Grawlix Saves, and we'll be right back.
We are back through the magic of AI. Time has elapsed. It is the year 5081. There is no water. We are cyborgs. I have we have big
I
glowing
didn't know
red
where you were
eyes.
going with that.
I have a huge dick.
You just started, and I was like, hell yeah, dude.
I have a huge dick. Andrew and Ben, they decided they weren't worthy of them in their robot forms. Don't know why. But I am not going to judge them for that. That's not.
Well, what's
there
wild is you
no-
don't need dicks in this era. So yours is this
Right.
weird, antiquated. It's like something you would
purely
see
ceremonial
in a museum.
It's
How
just-
bad?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How bad do Andrew and I hate each other that we decided we didn't need them? Like both of us were like, "Nah, it's not worth it. We don't
You
need.
don't need robot dicks.
We don't."
But we are ready to chat about the AI that has allowed for this bright, bright future that we all embrace. To tee it back up for the listener, one of our longtime fans asked about kind of maintaining your creativity in this coming AI storm. You know what I mean? And how to get around it. And I do not want to go first because I have no fucking idea. I don't use
Well,
AI.
see, you're
I've
starting to
never
give an
used
answer,
AI.
so let's not do the.
Okay. Well, I'm just giving context for how I might answer.
Just
Ben. You understand?
Paraphrasing, basically, he is saying, so AI continues to be utilized more and more.
Dodge the question.
How can we reclaim our creative endeavors? How do we reclaim it? Or is this Pandora's box flung open and it is just indefinite? This is just going to happen. I think we could tackle this in two parts, but really the main question here is, how do we reclaim it? How do we not use it? How do we stay creative when this is available? Because I think we all, probably the three of us, can agree this is not going away. At least I don't believe it is. So I don't know. What do you
Well, it sounds like you're ready to dispense a cold can of advice out of the old vending machine. Go ahead. Why don't you go
you
first?
want me to go first? Well, it's about
you already teed
it's
it
about
up.
fucking time. You know what I mean? And
Well, you've never won one, so we need
just
you to
shut
go
up.
first.
Yes, I did win one.
Right.
I do have one.
Yeah, I voted
And then
for you
I
so that Adam
argue I
wouldn't
would
tie
have
me.
won the Katie one.
That's right.
The Katie one. I would have won that one where Katie handled the situation in the bakery if we were judging that.
That was
That was a
competitive
year
advice.
ago.
How desperate are you?
No, I'm just saying
that
Yeah, it
you're
was before
mining
we
past
gave
that?
it like a name, before we
you
had a
great
name for what we were
advice.
doing.
Okay.
Here's Ben. Hey, AI, find past episodes where it could be construed that I won
just
before we
shut
ever
up.
even conceived of
And you
competitive
know what?
advice.
AI would agree with me because it's very smart.
Well, it's your only friend.
Oh, you
Wow.
cut
Cuts
so
deep. Ben, are you ready to criticize your only friend? Are you ready to?
Because I don't see a problem here. That's it. The biggest thing I say, use it as much as possible. No, here's my advice. And I'm going to probably end up beating both of them to the punch of this. Don't fucking use it. I don't use it. I never have used it. And part of the benefit that I think that we as performers who have been creating art and making material prior to this, and we're on the cusp, we're on like the hinge of, we were here before it and we'll be here after it, is we have a legacy of work that shows a style, that shows a voice we've already been doing this in. So it's not like when we just start doing it, we can claim that this is our thing, if that makes sense.
Are you talking about from like a copyright perspective?
Or just even
We have a body of work.
stylistically, you know, like people know what I sound like it or not, which a lot of people not like what I do and some like what I do, but you know what it is that I do. And so
Fingers in the mouth. Yeah. We've been there.
You can't AI a hand in
You
a
think
mouth
AI
at
is
a
going to
live
put
show.
its warm fingers in your mouth, front row, at the Giggling Grizzly? I don't think so.
I have never done stand up at the Giggling Grizzly. Fucking, you think I've done stand up? Well, I may have actually. now that I think about it. Actually, I have done a comedy show at Giggling Grizzly. Wow, that's
I used
sad.
to go there in my early 20s. That place would have 2-for-1 Long Island iced
Yeah.
teas. It's just like, oh my God.
The bad idea.
What are you
bust.
doing?
Yeah, that was a bad night.
Yeah.
God, we used to get rocked at the Giggling Grizzly.
Giggling Griggly.
The Giggling Grizzly.
The guzzling grizz.
The Grizz. That was what it was called, right? Everybody nicknamed it the Grizz.
I don't know. I don't care.
I think you should just not use this technology for creative endeavors. You have a choice, and ultimately that's what's going to come down to. Do you have creative integrity? Are you willing to fail on your own merits and have success on your own merits? Are you able to do that and suffer through it? The other part is it will never be able to create live performance. That's the thing that is, to me,
You don't think there's going to be a band full of Boston Dynamics robots? Fucking a Jimmy Buffett cover band?
Capable of leaping and rolling.
Totally.
And whatnot.
The acrobatics. They'll
But
be
that's
just
not
like
the
Ben. They'll
question.
be in the crowd. Yeah, Boston
Yes,
Dynamics
I
Ben.
like that. I want to see some of that. I'm here for that.
Listen, Chuck E. Cheese has been doing this for years, guys.
That's a
They're
live
already-
performance. I'm sorry.
exactly.
You can take your human band and shove it up your ass.
No one could see it, but it's a good impression.
Oh, I'll clip it.
We got a
clip
bear
it.
and a rat terrifying kids eating fucking paper thin slices of pie.
I think
They just kind of like slap the instruments. It's so enjoyable.
if you perform live, if you play live, you can pump all the information you want and tell it to give you a joke or to write you material or to write your music. But if you're a dog shit performer, you're a dog shit performer to me, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. Shots fired. I think people who perform live will always have to be able to perform in front of a crowd. You can have good material, but if you can't fucking sell it. But ultimately, my advice on this is don't fucking use it. Have integrity. Like, it's a choice to use these programs. But like, if you don't enjoy the process, you're not an artist. If you don't hate the process, you're not an artist. Like, the process sucks. It's fun sometimes. You have to embrace all parts of it, the insecurity of it. And if you don't, you're not an artist, in my opinion. Don't fucking use it. We'll find you. We'll sniff you out. Artists will sniff you out. So that's my advice. Don't fucking
Artists
use
will
it.
sniff you out. You can buy that mug on
Artists
our
will
website.
sniff you out.
We
By
do
the
have
way, the
artists.
image on it is amazing, and I pumped
It's
it
AI
into the
generated,
Yeah.
but artists will sniff you out.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben's advice is don't use it.
Yes.
All right, Adam, you want to go next? You want me to take a stab?
You take
All
a
right,
stab.
let me take a stab because I do have hot opinions on this. They're boiling over all over my stove.
You gotta wipe the opinions off your stove. I went to your house the other day, and it's like, how do you live
filthy
like this?
with
Yeah.
opinions. Filthy with opinions.
Just deep clean. Just deep clean the top of the stove, dude. You'll thank me.
So Sheldon wants to know how we can reclaim our creative endeavors as AI is kind of gobbling them up. And I think my advice would be to trust human nature. These things are shortcuts. They are tools that make art, but it is artificial art. It's right there in the name. It's artificial intelligence. First of all, it's not intelligent, but it is artificial. And when you see these things, there's something, that uncanny valley effect where you're like, this looks weird. You know why it looks weird? Because it wasn't made by a human being. You know why it reads weird? I've read sports writing that was generated by AI, and I was like, this is the weirdest article I've ever read because it wasn't written by a human being. It was written by AI. And so I think people can clock this. So just because it's a shortcut doesn't mean it's a valuable shortcut. So I would say trust in human nature. Keep making the art that you want to make and just trust that there are people out there who would appreciate it. Will there be people out there who will skip your creative endeavors and to take the AI shortcut? Absolutely. There's always people that happens now. You can hire a graphic designer off Fiverr and pay them, $5 when you would pay that same graphic designer a much better rate if you were hiring them here in the States. You can outsource these things and take these shortcuts, but ultimately you can just trust in that there will be people who find value in your creative endeavors. They will like it, even if it might seem more daunting to put it out there because of these shortcuts. Like, well, what's the point of even illustrating anymore if now there's these generative AI illustration shortcuts? Well, the point is that you're doing it and that there's value in it and people will see it. I think that when you make art, you're making art for the sake of making it first and foremost. If it becomes a consumable product, that is ultimately beyond your control. You could sit there and draw and paint all day in the hopes of selling it, but you don't have control over that. You can put it out in the world and maybe 0 people will buy it, but you can make it. And I think that's the actual point of creating art and not the consumable part of it. So my advice would be to trust in other human beings to find value in art created by other human beings.
At what point in this do we get to start cutting his answer apart? Should I?
You felt it went too long?
No. I don't mind me. Why would I criticize anybody for going too long? No, no. Just the substance of it was hot dog shit. When do I get to?
Just didn't care.
Yeah. When do I get to go after it? When do I get to?
I think at any point, unless the purveyor of dog shit advice sounds the earnestness horn, I feel.
Oh, okay, cool. So
jump in. What's your problem with?
Well, you're telling us to trust humanity, a group of people who have never been trustworthy and have always chose the dog shit route when consuming art, most of the time. The other part of it is
disagree, Dave Matthews.
you are saying AI is clumsy now. Of course, you are seeing AI 1.0. This is going to get better. It is going to get far more refined. That is going to be the job in a competitive marketplace of companies that market programs like this, is to make theirs as real and as lifelike. When we first saw AI art came out, it had 9 fingers. It looked weird. They corrected the finger problem. It's true.
I know it just sounds
that
so
is
funny.
What is going to happen with the language problem, with the reality problem, all of it. It is going to get more evolved. It is going to get better. The computers that create it are going to get faster. They're going to learn on their own. Do not fucking use this shit. Stop. It is a choice you make. Anyway, Adam, you go ahead and you can dismiss Andrews as well.
Yeah, great. Thank you. No, I was hanging out with our friend Karen yesterday, and we'd started talking about AI, and she was telling me she uses it some in her job. And she was like, basically, it's like the busy work, shitty parts of my job. I can now, sort of AI a press release and not have to do that, and then go on and do another part of my job that requires more human creativity versus this sort of like rote, staid, formulaic thing that I have to do all the time in work. And I was like, well, I can see how that would be advantageous. But we both agreed ultimately what that's going to lead to is the bosses and the CEOs being like, great, well, I can eliminate that position of people who write those types of things because the computer can do it. And they're not going to then move that person over to another area and continue to pay them. They're just going to cut the fucking jobs. So it's like, it's not going to ever be like, hey, this has gotten rid of this, task that we all hate, allowing us to go use our time more wisely over here. It'd be like a very generous boss that does that. They're just going to be like, cool, well, I had 4 people for this job, and now it can just be 1 because the computer does the job of the other 3. And billionaires will make more money, and people over here with like artistic skills will just lose, and the wealth gap gets bigger and bigger and bigger as we plummet off the fucking cliff. So I just think AI, even if it does help you with little shortcuts in your job, is gonna do more harm than good. And so I guess my advice is not that different than Ben or Andrew. Ben says don't use it. I guess also don't patronize it. Don't pay for it. If you like, and I don't know if it's going to get this moral, but like it's a slow rollout, and I'll see it on Instagram and shit. And they're like, you have to like label it now if you made this post with AI. I hope that continues. So it's like pretty clear in our social media zeitgeist what's AI and what's not. And then if you see that and be like, oh, this artist made a flyer with AI, fuck that. I don't like people that do that. I'm going to go over to this artist who just paid his friend to draw something cool to promote his show. Like that. And that's just kind of how, I mean, it's not surprising that I would be an old man about this, but it's like, I don't really like this new technology, so I'm not going to use it and I'm not going to patronize it. And that's about it.
This is not a case of, I think, being an old man about something, and as much as it's being able to like see the future and see the big picture. The people who use that old man excuse, like times are changed, they're just apologists for this dog shit technology that they want to use to take shortcuts. It has nothing to do with, I don't think it's like a generational, like, wow, we're just out of touch. We're not out of touch with these
I
days.
can
we just
see,
know better is the
I can
difference.
see this happening. Like, it's going to happen. There is going to be some comic in every scene that bursts up down the road, and everybody's going to be like have suspicions that this person is not writing their own material. There's going to be questions of, in music and in hip hop, this person uses AI. This person is faking it. Your best bet, people, don't fucking use it from the jump.
Wait, no, I'm changing my advice, but it was kind of what I was saying. Only pay for the shit that you like. Like there will be a huge resurgence of people wanting the authentic thing. They'll want
it's the vinyl,
painting.
Yeah.
They'll want the vinyl. They'll want the live show with the people there.
Yeah, sounds like you're saying trust human nature. Yeah, sounds like you're saying trust.
He's not saying trust human nature. No one trusts human nature.
I'm saying
just shut up, Andrew.
I'm saying speak with your dollar and only pay for the real shit.
I think what you guys are really getting a hot whiff of right now is the trash the stinking, rotting trash that it is to go second and third when giving the advice, because the first person already said the best thing, which is don't fucking. Yes, true. I did. You guys are based.
Look, we're not done. We're not done. We're not done dispensing advice.
Ben, it's probably being used right now to make the clips that you auto caption on your stand-up Instagram reels.
It is not being used. No.
Okay.
It is not
okay.
being
You
used.
got some guy. You're paying a fucking
I
bespoke
do all of it.
typist.
I type it all in. I refuse to use it. I click no.
So I'm saying it's going to sneak into ways that you're not even aware you're using.
But
Ben does his clips on film, and he actually glues the subtitle clips on there. It's so
16 millimeter,
it's so
baby.
laborious.
Sight and sound. Real
Well, we have another entrant
Oh,
into the competitive advice, and that would be AI itself. ChatGPT. Producer Ron decided we would have ChatGPT also answer this question. We all took a stab at it. Let's see what one of these tools says about it.
Smash cut to a vacuum cleaner with like a mop head on top of it rolling in. It's like, that's the robot we've made.
A Roomba with like googly eyes. I like it.
Yeah, totally. We're like, whoa, the future.
Do you remember Kurt Braunohler when Kurt did this during his special taping when he had
Oh, yeah.
that weird
that was so
TV
funny.
thing out there and he was reading the jokes from it? It was really ridiculous. Anyway.
Okay, so producer Ron has plugged this question into Chat KGB, and per our request, we've asked for the response in Juggalo.
Yes.
form, as a Juggalo would.
Like an insane clown posse fan.
All right, let's go.
Whoop whoop, fam. Look, as AI keeps juggling its way into more and more of our world, it might seem like that Pandora's box got flung wide open, right? But listen up, Ninja, our creative flow ain't going nowhere. Just like the dark carnival rolls on, our spiriting drive to create stays strong. We can use AI like a wicked tool in our paint-splattered toolbox, helping us spark fresh ideas and bring our visions to life. Think of it like having a hype man at your side, not doing the show for you, but amplifying your flavor. We still got the reins, homie, and our creativity. It's as boundless as the gathering under the moon. Ain't no machine taking away what makes us who we are, our passions, our unique flavor, our way of spitting truth and painting the world with our own colors. That's something AI can't replicate. So, let's ride this wave, use the tech to our advantage, and keep our creative juggling on point. Whoop whoop.
That's going to be, not to put a downer on the mood, that's going to be a job description in like 5 years.
The worst part is that's the funniest part of this episode. So we're already being beat by
we're getting
this thing.
dunked on
We're
by
already being
Chat.
played. But what's really
GPT.
fucking scary is I'm picturing that robot putting their arm around a Juggalo, being like, "It's all good, homie," and like walking off with him into the woods to just murder.
Viciously.
And then, like,
Let's work
Yeah,
together
exactly.
on
Like-
this.
It's like
Yeah.
a machine would.
that was so sinister.
But that is
sinister.
another one of the popular viewpoints of like, these are just tools, and the people who adopt these tools, they're going to be the ones who get ahead. But yeah, they are tools that will destroy the user when you are not needed. Like Adam said, 100%. Any company that can just have free software do what a team of humans did will always take the free software. No one's out there. There's no like altruistic CEO like, well, these jobs are redundant, but gosh darn it, like. No, that idea that you're walking hand in hand with this shit is nonsense.
And that will be to the mass detriment of society. As funny as it is that we can make a computer sound like a Juggalo to us, there's going to be like the economic effect of that is just mass wage.
This is putting juggalos out of work. We could have hired a real juggalo, to come
write
down
that.
and give this advice, but instead we
write
got
that.
one for free.
Whoop, whoop.
And now there's a Juggalo waiting in a parking lot. It's 110 degrees, and we're not picking him up in the Grawlix truck.
No.
And he's probably going to fucking melt.
He's like,
out
I don't know
there.
what's up. They usually give me work like every week. I do this like juggalo bit. Nope, it's ChatGPT.
I show up to the back of this Circle K. They pick me up. They got
Yeah.
work.
Yep. We need you to write something. Whoop, whoop, fam. Get in the neon ninja. We're about ready to roll up straight. Yeah. This is, that was,
All right.
They didn't slip Fago in there, but they slipped in pretty much every other reference. So
yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go, though. How do you
leave Fago
miss
out of that?
Fago? How do you miss fucking Fago or the magnet stuff? Like I did a little riff off of that earlier. It was delightful.
Yeah.
you said, how do
And this
batteries
fucking
work? And it was
computer-
great. It was great.
Right. I riffed off of that. Yeah. Okay. So wait a minute. I'm starting to see the silver lining about how They never.
You
can.
did beat the machine, Adam. You beat the machine.
I beat the machine. Tune in next week for another episode of Beat the Machine.
Beat the Machine.
We'll see if Adam can riff better on who knows.
Well, all right. We have our answer.
It's time to vote. It's time
let's
to
recap.
vote.
I said, don't use it. Have some creative integrity. Andrew said, trust humanity. It'll shine through like a diamond.
Look,
Adam,
and I'm a misanthrope. It was hard for me to say it, but I believe
and then
it.
Adam said, what again?
Societally, this is crazy dangerous. Speak with your buck. Buy the real shit.
All right.
Okay.
So
All right.
he puts it on the consumer. I put it on the creator. That's a little bit of a difference, and I see what you're saying.
It is. It is.
Okay.
It is.
I'll vote first.
Oh, great.
I well, now I don't. I want to change my vote. But
No, stop it.
I'm voting for Ben because I do believe that you have to take that kind of hardline stance with this stuff. This stuff is an ecological horror show. It's terrible for human industries, like what Adam was saying, where there are people who do these jobs and they're being replaced. It's terrible for creative industries. I know a number of professional illustrators who lose work to this and who are worried about losing more work to this. And the very easiest thing you can do is just not use it. Don't use the paint splattered toolbox that this juggalo is telling you to use. You can do all these things on your own. You can remain creative. You can collaborate with other creative humans. It's fun. It's great. So I'm with Ben. Just absolutely don't use it.
As much as I want to just vote for the robot to deny Ben a win, I do think long term that pettiness will cost me a win if we're always just like trying to deny the other a win. You know what I mean? So because Ben's answer was very parallel to mine. He said, "Don't
Other
use
way
it."
around.
I said, "Don't."
Other way around, Adam. Yours was parallel to mine because I went first.
Ben, you're talking yourself
Okay,
out
I'm
of a
not
vote.
doing that. I'm hiding.
He does. He's
I'm
good at it.
hiding, Adam.
He's good
I'm
at it.
hiding.
For the sake of future wins, to illustrate that we cannot let pettiness reign when it comes to competitive advice, I will also vote for Ben.
Oh my goodness.
Also, because Andrew's trust in humanity may have been the dumbest thing said on an extremely dumb podcast in hundreds and hundreds of episodes. And there's no way I could vote for that.
Well,
so Ben, yes, congratulations on your win. That's the best advice, and I agree with
Adam and Andrew, I would like to cast my vote just because I would like to have it be heard, just so it can be said. And I too don't want to be petty because I want to keep the rules and everything clean. I'm voting for the Juggalo AI answer.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop whoop.
Mm-hmm.
And I think.
What's your reasoning? Just it was the best laugh. It was the funniest one.
No, honestly, it's just that it's not you two. And if I could put either of you,
so you are being petty
yes,
in the face of my
yes.
falling
But you've
on my
already
sword,
said
sort
that
of.
I won, so suck it,
Yeah, I did.
dweebs.
Okay.
Suck it.
This isn't I got to tell you this. It's not a surprise that you would do
Suck
something
it,
like this.
dorks. You guys fucking
cool.
lost today, and I'm catching up. Daddy's.
You know what? AI could never replicate the pettiness of Ben Roy.
But also,
the
you know the other
smallness
part?
of your character.
Producer Ron, can you? Never mind. It probably wouldn't.
You know what
I
else?
was going to say, can you give us a Ben Roy victory speech?
Pump it into chat?
Oh, do you have another hour and 40 minutes on the pod?
Just Chat GPT Ben Roy style victory speech. Let's see.
Oh my God.
Let's see how, because we do put our efforts out and onto the internet, into the world. And let's see how much of that is getting scooped up by whatever is
Inserts
trawling.
fingers into mouth. Screams punchline.
I want
rather than just delivering.
I led into that, and I don't want to change my answer because I want to hear that. But voting between the two of us, I would definitely choose Adam. I think it is on the creator and the people, the consumers, to seek out the real, to seek out material that is created by the human being, to seek out even prefer work like stuff in your workplace that is created by the person. That's the best thing that we can
trust in other human beings.
And let's use this purely as a joke.
Yes.
Let's use it purely as a punchline.
This is where AI should live, as stupid exercises to delight your friends that cost no one a job.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've all voted the bin as the winner, but I want to do something in Act 4. I want to see what Juggalo Chat GPT thinks of our advice and who it thinks is the winner.
Oh,
wow.
Whoop, whoop.
Now you're taking a job away from the listener, and that's
Exactly.
fun.
Go ahead and throw that
Juggalo.
phone out your window. It doesn't need to come back anymore because it's just us and ChatGPT in a vacuum chamber giggling and twiddling each other's dinks.
So if you're on Patreon, be watching out for that later this week.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
anyway,
put it up there
another
shortly.
great episode. Sheldon, we hope that answers your question. Don't fucking use it. Deny it. And why don't we listen to some real, raw, 100% grass-fed, artisanal comedy from a comedian that we all love. Holy shit, this comic was so funny at the last Grawlix. What a great show that was. As always, get your tickets now to the live show. They're down in the show notes. This month's show is insane. Joe Mandy is going to be headlining that show. You gotta get your tickets now. That's a big one. But enjoy this clip from Ahmed Barucha. And when we return, third actors, holy shit, you've waited so long. It's your time again to shine. Get ready. We've got more show, and we'll tease the next episode's challenge. Stay tuned.
Awesome. Good to be here. Recently, outside of my house, I had a bunch of crows. 20, 30 crows all in one tree. Just cawing nonstop for about 2 days straight. Just like, caw, 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 caw. Just day and night nonstop, all 20, 30 crows just shaking the tree. So finally, I called animal control, and I was like, hey, what the hell is going on with these birds? They said it's baby crow season. They're cawing at the baby crows until they learn to fly, and that can last up to 5 days. And I was like, what? That's the crow flight training program? That's how you teach the gift of flight? Just fly, 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 for 5 days. And it works. 5 days that we're gone. Try it home on your kids.
Third actors, welcome to you. What an episode we just had. None of it concerns you. It's nice to see you here in the third act. How are you doing? I hope you're well. We're good. We're very good. I want to thank a few people. I want to thank Sheldon for the question. Couldn't have done the episode without Sheldon and all the support over the years. And also Chad RPK,
Chat KGB,
RFK Jr., Chad RFK Jr., thank you for your help making the world a worse place.
To help you out. That's what Chat RFK Jr.
Very
sounds like.
Your impressions are such an underrated part of your act.
So much heroin. Now I consult people on health.
It's like having Frank Caliendo and Ben Roy for the price of one. And
I know.
It's amazing. We chat more extensively with old Chat GPT in Act 4. So if you're a Patreon member, buckle up for more Chat GPT. I can't say it either. Antics. You can
Chat GPT.
No, but listen, we always plug Patreon later in the credits or whatever. This is the funniest fourth act we've ever done. It got
all
truly
hail
insane.
Chatchit the Redeemer. That shall make sense once you get there.
If you've ever been fourth act curious, now is the time to plunk down a few bucks and check those out on Patreon.
Now's the
'cause
time
this
to
one
call the
was so
fourth
damn
act
weird and
over.
funny.
Maybe share a bottle of wine and explore each other's bodies.
Okay, Andrew.
He said fourth act curious. I was just running. I was running with the metaphor.
You keep your hands off of fourth act.
candlelight and oils.
Oh my God, scented oils.
It's funny that we're being even the most lightly horny, and Ben hates it.
I just can't
He
take it. It's
absolutely
gross coming
hates
from
it.
you guys. I'm a sexual being. You're not.
There's only one horny hen in the hen house. That's Ben Roy's rule, and he doesn't like it when a couple of the other hens get all horned up.
the old big
Horny,
pecker in the hen house.
which of course is the title of Ben's upcoming comedy album, "Horny in the
big,
Hen House."
Big pecker in the hen house. It is.
Andrew, plug us up, buddy. Sing this goddamn song.
Plugs.
Adam, what do you got? What do you have? Tell us first.
I'm prepared to provide a unique mountain experience to our listeners. There's a place in Silver Plume called the Bread Bar. Ben, you and I did a show there, I think
Lovely.
last summer. It's just this
Hummingbirds.
gorgeous little tiny bar, and it's beautiful. Couldn't be a more sort of quaint pioneer setting in this old mining town. Anyway, every summer I try to do a show there. I'm doing one on August 10th, and I'm bringing Andrew Overdahl with me.
What?
Wow.
You're
Shit.
coming, Andrew. You're
That's
coming.
great.
Tickets in the show notes. If you know about Bread Bar, you're going to want to go to this. If you don't know about Bread Bar, use this as an opportunity to check out.
You
this
should drive up
beautiful
from Denver.
treasure
What do you think it
in the
is? Maybe
mountains.
35 minutes if there's no traffic, 35, 40 minutes.
Sure, a little more, but yeah, it's
Hash
just
it
past
out, though.
Georgetown, and it's lovely.
It's amazing and a truly unique place to see it. And Andrew's going to fall in that stream. I can guarantee you that, Adam.
He'll be all wet trying to joke. It'll be great.
It's in
It'll
that
be great.
stream, doesn't he?
Andrew, what do you got for plugs besides that?
I have our live show this Saturday. We have an absolute banger. We're bringing in Joe Mandy. Joe Mandy, he's written all of your favorite shows. Now you can come hear him tell all of your favorite jokes. We also have one of our favorites, a former Denverite, Jordan Dahl, and Mandy Kay. That's this Saturday at the Bug Theater. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I haven't seen Joe Mandy in probably 15 years. So I'm excited to see him again.
He's so funny. That dude is hilarious. That clip I posted on our feed is one of my favorite things ever. It's such a good joke. And I'll plug, no one cares, but no one asked me, but I'm like,
Oh, sorry, Ben. Okay, no. You're right. Be polite. Ben, what you got going on, man?
nothing. Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. Spells will be playing. Spells will be at this year's Underground Music Showcase, the UMS. That's happening this weekend. If you're listening right as this airs, this will be Friday, the 26th. We will be playing at High Dive at 9 p.m. sharp. You do not want to miss this show. It's going to be insane. Please come and dancy prancy with the best fancy band out there.
See Spells on Friday, then come see the Grawlix on Saturday. That's a
easy
perfect
weekend.
Come
We
on.
did all the hard work for you.
Who wants to?
I'm going to do
You
it.
are?
I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to break the record here. Everybody, here we go.
Okay, wait.
Time
Let's
to
get
wait.
the stopwatch.
Wait, if you're really going for the record,
What is the record?
you
What
got
am
to
I
fucking
going?
announce it.
What's the
I
record?
think it's a
We're down. The record is actually down to 1.5
No, it's not.
seconds.
Stop it. All
Yes,
right.
it is. I think it was like 13.
I thought it was
seconds.
11.
Fan will tell us.
I think Adam
Oh, it's 11.
Adam
That's
set
right.
the
That's
new
right.
record, and I want to say it's 11.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
But I garbled it. So here we go. Ready?
Big thanks
Go,
to our
Ben.
producer, Ron Doyle, for your help recording the show. Mike Anderson, thanks for your help recording the live show. Theme music brought to you by The Charlie Continental. You can follow us on social media at Grawlix Comedy. Support us and get ad-free episodes and other perks on Patreon, patreon.com/Grawlix Saves.
13.44.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
doubled up on your
Yeah.
help recording the show.
Yeah,
Ronnie D
got
makes
in your head.
the show. He doesn't
got in your
record the
head.
show.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Next time. Next
Sorry.
time.
Valiant effort.
No, I
Valiant
took a
effort.
run at it, guys. I tried to. Hey, you know what? As they say, if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you're amongst the stars. And that's.
And truthfully, it's just Olympic season. I think we've got Olympic fever. We're all just ready to race a little bit and time
Is it
ourselves.
Olympic?
So it's just fun
Are
to
the
get in the
Olympics
habit of it. Yeah, the Olympics start imminently, my man.
Wow. I had no
they're
idea.
here. The Olympics
I
are
had
here.
no clue. I'm with Andrew.
Well, guys, there's a whole fucking world out there. Jesus
We should do that
Christ.
for a challenge. We should follow the Olympics.
We should learn that the Olympics are happening.
How about instead, next week we're going to get into a desperate situation that Andrew has going on. And that he
Guys,
needs
just
some
come
mind's
look
help
at it.
for.
That's all I'm saying.
No,
just
it's-
come look at it.
no, I don't
You
like it
don't have
because
to touch it. Just
No,
come look
it's-
at it.
hits me in the face whenever you
Just
take it out.
Look, you
And-
can be across the room. I'm just saying, just look at it.
Yeah, but you say that every time, and then I say I got to get
Okay,
closer.
okay.
And then
We'll
it
be
hits
back
me in the
next
face,
Tuesday.
right on the nose.
In the meantime,
And-
toca para nosotros, Charlie.
But seriously, you go, come here, get closer, and then I get closer, and then it hits me in the face.
Look, it's a timeless gag, okay?